excited to be here. Today I want to share with you a way of interacting with your loved one with dementia that is going to make it less likely they're going to reject your help. If you have ever tried to help your loved one with bathing, dressing, eating, anything at all, just to find that your loved one rejected you, pushed you away, or got upset when you tried to deliver that hands-on care, I think that this video will be helpful for you. I'm going to share an interaction tip that's been helpful for many other Careblazers out there. Before I share that tip with you, Careblazer, I just want to quickly let you know that if you are watching this video on the day that I release it, which is Sunday, January 27th, this is your last day to join me inside of my care course. It's a course dedicated to Careblazers who are just feeling completely overwhelmed and frustrated in their situation. If you are feeling like you are at the end of your rope, or if you are feeling like your whole life revolves around being a caregiver and everything else has been put on the back burner, I want to encourage you to consider joining me inside of my course. Inside the course, I have specific video lessons that are only for people in the course. I also do live question and answer sessions. So whatever questions you have about your specific situation, I'm there to kind of help hold your hand throughout the process and keep you accountable. I want to see you get back to a place where you can feel good about yourself, you can feel good about your life, even while you're caring for your loved one with dementia. I'm going to include that link below this video, and that link will expire on Monday, January 28th. So if you're interested, I'd love to get to know you better. I'd love to have you inside of that course with other Careblazers who are committed to kind of making themselves feel as best as they can given their current circumstance. All right? Now let's get started into this tip. In previous videos, I've talked about how in dementia, language abilities start to decline, they start to diminish. And also, in dementia, oftentimes, your loved one may not understand that they need help. If this is the case for you, you might find that when you're trying to offer help, like bringing a spoon to their face to help them eat, or helping them put on a new shirt, they may physically resist you. They might become combative or aggressive or get agitated or just reject your help altogether. So what can we do to hopefully prevent this from happening in the first place? In your mind, you're trying to help your loved one, right? You're trying to provide that assistance. You don't understand why your loved one would push you away when you're actually trying to help them with what they need help with. Maybe they are no longer able to dress themselves and they need you to help them with that. But it's really hard on you when they keep rejecting you. So let's think about it. As I've mentioned in previous videos before, we have to step out of our worldview and we have to put ourselves in our loved one's worldview. We have to put ourselves in your loved one's world. In your loved one's eyes, they may not believe they need the help. So when you are approaching them and you are physically moving your hand toward them or trying to remove clothing or whatever it might be, it's very likely that your loved one is scared. Your loved one does not know why you are trying to do what you are trying to do, right? So it kind of clashes. You're trying to help them. They don't see it that way. To them, what they're viewing is something very scary. Why are you coming at me with your hands up? Why are you trying to remove my clothes? Why are you bringing this food to my mouth? This is really scary. This is something I want you to consider to help these situations go smoother. Because your brain and the brain of somebody with dementia are so completely different, I want you to consider whenever you're trying to give care to them, I want you to consider that you are from a different country, or they're from a different country or world entirely. Maybe they're from a different universe, right? When two people from two completely different worlds, two cultures, two different languages try to communicate with one another, they do a lot of that communication non-verbally. They do it through showing motions, making sure their face is really showing something friendly, right? You could be telling your loved one in all the ways possible that you're trying to help them, but if you look completely stressed when you're doing it, if you're trying to rush through it, for somebody who's from a different world, a different culture, a different language, that's very scary. So if you were interacting with somebody who was literally from a different world, spoke a different language, how would you interact with them? How would you try to explain what you're trying to do? with that person or to that person. Chances are you're going to take your time. You're going to make sure you look relaxed. You're not going to rush through it. You're going to make sure your facial expressions are soft. You might smile. You might try to show all the signs possible that what you're trying to do is help them, because you know your words are no longer really having that much effect. And you know that if you just quickly rush through it, that other person's going to back off. It's really not that much different with somebody who has dementia. If you were trying to help somebody from another universe take off their shoes before they walked on your white carpet, would you just bend down and start taking off your shoes? Or would you take a moment, show them what you're doing, point to it, and then motion for them to do the same, and then offer that assistance if they needed it? Right? If you were trying to get somebody from a different culture, a different language, or a different universe to change their shirt, would you just automatically start to lift up their shirt and help them? Or would you maybe motion yourself, show what you're trying to do, have a soft, nice face, and then provide them that assistance? Right? One way can be pretty scary when you're looking at it from somebody's mind who has dementia, but from your mind you see it as totally practical. You get frustrated when they don't follow instruction or when they resist you. But step out of it and look through your loved one's eyes. Could you imagine if you happened to be in a different country one day and somebody from a different country was trying to help you, you were about to make a mistake, or it looked like you needed help, and they were in a rush and they came up to you quickly and they motioned towards you and maybe they moved their hands to you? Could you imagine how scary that would be for you right now, even with your full capabilities with your mind? Right? It's a scary thing, but if that same person slowly approached you, smiled, showed some nonverbal gestures that they were trying to be helpful, you'd be less scared. You'd actually might be welcoming of their attempt to help you. It's easy to take for granted or to think that your loved one knows exactly what it is you're trying to do to help them. After all, you're probably doing it every single day. But as much as possible, try to remind yourself that this is somebody from speaking a different language, that you're speaking a different language, and then approach whatever care task you're trying to do from that angle. A lot of times it's really hard for their brain to kind of hang on to what you're doing every day, and it might also take some time for them to start to switch and realize you are trying to help if you've been coming at it from the perspective of just trying to give the help without this perspective in mind. So give this a try. Approach your loved one with care tasks as if they're speaking a different language, as if you guys are from different cultures, and see what ways you can change your approach. I hope it helps. A lot of Careblazers have told me that it's helped reduce the agitated, frustrated pushback that they often get from their loved ones, and I hope it can do the same for you. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below, and Careblazer, I really do hope to work with you further inside of my closed care course. Click the link below to discover more, and if you have any specific questions about the course at all, don't hesitate to email me at Natali@careblazers.com. Okay, Careblazer, I'll talk to you later.